Hello, Libra. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Tarot Illuminati by Eric C. Dunn. I didn't see a website for this one, but it's a relatively new deck. Supportive Oracle cards, Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. There is a website for this one, rockpoolpublishing.com. .au is an apple, U is an umbrella. That way, if you want to pause that and look that up, you can do that. Enjoy. I just find that stuff interesting. That's why I include it, in case you're wondering. What do we have for Libra? Ooh. All right. Before we get all sunshine roses, let's get all the tarot cards out here too. I think this... Alright, let's see. I think you know... Okay, let's just start from the beginning, because that's always good, right? You're assessing a situation right off the bat, and you're not happy with it. Right off the bat, this is what's changing the whole thing. If it's work, if it's about a person, a friendship, whatever you're dealing with, you're really kind of looking at it very closely, and you're like, wait a minute, how much do I put into it? How much do I get out of it? Do I really enjoy this connection? Is this really what I want? Something has spurred you forward where you're like, I really need to look at this and really need to think about this, and you're passing judgment on it. I think this is very good. I know people have issues with the word judgment sometimes, but you have to judge for yourself what's right for you, and you are. You're kind of like, this situation is not working for me. You're not happy with it. It's just not working. But there's a lot of focus here, because I'm getting... One of the reasons you don't like it is because the focus seems to be... You have to keep it all together. You're focusing on why. That's where the focus is. The focus is like, I really don't like this. And I'm seeing the Knight of Cups with the surrender here. I feel like a lot of this is put on me to make decisions. A lot of this is kind of like up to me to balance it out. Somebody just does what they want. And they're like, whoa, Libra said I have to do this. Okay, I'll do that. And they just keep going on and doing, oh, Libra said that. Oh, all right, I'll do that. It's constantly on you to police it. And I'm like, I don't want to. I feel your energy like, I don't want to. Why can't this... It's like this energy never evolves. Why can't it police itself a little bit more? Why does it have to wait for me to say, hey, if you drop something on the floor, pick it up? Why does it wait for me to say, you made a mess in here, fix it? Like, why does it wait for me to say, it snowed outside and everything is covered? We have people coming over, so shovel the driveway. Why do I have to say something? Why don't they just do it? Why does it always... Like, if I'm not here, it doesn't get done. If I say something, they do it, but why do I have to be here to tell them that? And I'm getting like... I feel very much like that. Like, I keep having to kind of do that, and I'm really... Whatever it is, I'm just not a fan of it anymore. I'm just not. In the beginning, it made things easier, but now it feels like I'm just like... It feels like I'm in charge of a romper room or something. Like, it's just kind of like it never changes. It's always the same. I'm just trying to keep kids off the bookshelves and keep them from eating crayons and stuff. And I'm like, I'm just over it. I'm really over it. Now, I feel like you're going to start changing this. You're going to give this a chance. What I'm getting with this is, like, I feel like you're going to kind of start, like, you're going to do for you, and you're just going to kind of, like, leave certain things, like, you're going to let them figure it out. Kind of like, you know what, all right, I'm going to go on a business trip. And usually I would tell them, you know, I would check in and ask people if it snowed and tell them, you know, make sure you shovel the driveway, make sure you shovel the walk. I would tell them, I would check in on them, like, what did you make for dinner? Or did you clean it up? Did this get taken care of? Did you put away the leftovers? Did you buy groceries? Did you buy extra meat? Are you going to use that within the time allotted? Do you need to put it in the freezer? I would check with them. I would do these things. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just let them kind of do what they need to do. I'm going to handle my situation, tell them I'm really busy. I'll give them little hints, like, make sure everything's going well, like, plan for tomorrow. But I'm really busy. I can't help you, and I'm just going to center on what I need to do. And I'm getting the Two of Swords with the fruition. It's kind of like you've taught them how to do this stuff. But I'm seeing you pull back, kind of like, this is the time where the fairness is they need to start doing for themselves. And you can't always be there to like hold their hand and be like, all right, open the door, shut the door, lock the door, you're going away for a while. I can't be there holding your head with everything. So I'm not going to do that. When this starts happening, I feel like they're going to fail at first. I don't think you'll be shocked at that. I don't think you'll be shocked at all. You got balance, literally one of your cards. Balance talks about Libra, right? Ten of Swords comes in with the balance. They are going to fail at first. And I feel like what I'm stepping back and saying is like, well, figure out a way to fix it, and then I have to go. It's kind of like I came back from my business trip, and I'm like, okay, all this is messed up. Yeah, that's not right. Well, fix it. I have to go to work. And you just kind of go. That's the Ten of Swords. Like, they kind of screw it up. You show up back home, or whatever the situation is, you come back, they're fully expecting you to tell them what to do and how to fix it and do this and do that. But you don't do that. That's the Ten of Swords. Kind of like, nope, I did tell you. I already told you. You're just making yourself unaccessible. So you're like, oh yeah, you should fix that. Remember, we've done that before. Remember, just do it like you did it last time. And then you just kind of go. You're not spending a lot of time on it. That's the Ten of Swords for, I think it's more them. You are not happy with the way they're failing because you're kind of like, it shouldn't be this bad. So you're not really excited about that. But you're kind of like, no, I told you. You've done that before. Just remember how we did it before? Great, go do that. I got to go. And you're out. You've got the path in front of you with the Two of Wands. Or the Two of Cups, excuse me. I don't know if this seems like it's coming in quickly, but I'm getting you're heading towards something else. This situation is getting a chance. This is actually like this is like crunch time. They're either going to get on board and do it the right way, or you're going to change the whole situation. However you need to do that, I feel like you're going to make this completely different. I'm almost feeling like there's somebody out there with a big house that they're constantly having to tell other people to pitch in and do stuff, and there's other people who live there too. And it's kind of like one of the things that might happen here is like you might decide we need to move, and it's going to be a smaller house. If I'm going to be the one taking care of it anyway, we're just going to make it a smaller house, and all these things you liked we're not going to have anymore because I'm not going to be the one policing this whole situation. I'm just getting that just randomly, so I don't know what you're going to decide. But whatever it is, it could be a new job. Maybe it's a job and you're not happy the way things are working out. And you're like, I'm trying to give these people a chance to fix it and do it right. But if they're not going to do it right, I'm going to go somewhere else. And my efforts will be better used somewhere else. You're setting your sights on what you want. And you're setting your sights on how you're going to get it. I'm not going to police this stuff anymore. I do feel like opportunities are coming your way. I also see you're kind of sitting on these opportunities at first. Kind of like, you know what? I'm going to give this a shot. I'm going to give this a chance. Let's see if it rectifies. Let's see if this goes where it should be. If it goes where it should be and flies right, we could do something with that. If it's going to constantly just not try and not do what it's supposed to, I'm going to have to go elsewhere. I'm going to have to make a change at the very least. A big change is what I'm getting. Because I'm getting the masculine with the Prince of Pentacles. Now the masculine is... To me, it's neither a good nor bad card. It's just kind of explaining the energy. And it can be very static. It can be very much, this is how I did it. This is how I got here. This is how I do things. This is just the way I go. Especially when I'm getting that Knight of Pentacles, there could be chance for advancement here, but I don't see it really happening. I feel things are going to stay the same. I don't see them really changing. I feel like the situation is not nearly as good as it used to be when you were policing everything, but at this point you're also like, I feel like you're also looking to disconnect. I get the Temperance card for you and the Power. Your power is going to your next goal. And I feel like they're kind of like trying to give you that heads up, kind of like, then keep going that way. Don't look back. If they're not going to help, if they're not going to pitch in, you set your sights on where you want to be, not where you are. And just keep going with that and keep putting more energy in where you want to be and less on where you've been. It's going to take some time to switch over, but I feel like it's on this other energy. I feel like it's going to move on. The whole situation is going to change. It's going to have to move on. You're moving on from it. Like I'm getting a couple cards here. They're also giving the Death card on your side. Like you're done. You're going to completely disconnect from this at some point. Now, depending on what it is, I don't know what it is, but at some point you're going to completely disconnect. So like that moving situation, maybe this house is too much just for you to constantly have to police. So you're going to move on from that house into a whole nother living situation. Whatever you decide is necessary. But this whole situation will end. You're fine. I'm sorry if you could hear him. He wants to go outside and play, and I won't let him. I will later, don't worry. It will move on. When you go into something new, I feel like what they're also giving you a heads up on, this new phase, however it starts, it's going to stay. There seems to be this air of static. Things don't really grow. I don't know why, but I'm getting you're attracted to something. However you started off in the very beginning, start it off the way you want it to happen. So like you can't start off policing a situation in the beginning and hoping it's going to evolve differently. That's not going to happen. Decide what you want your responsibilities to be and just stick with that. Don't step outside those lines, because the more you end up doing in the beginning, you'll end up just keeping it again. So when you go into this new situation, be aware of what you're attracted to and what you don't want to happen. It's not just what you're attracted to in the sense of like what you want. Attracted to and like maybe like helping people, maybe over helping people might be a thing, and it's hard to not do. It's hard to not over help people sometimes. But if you get stuck in that quagmire in the very beginning, it'll last in this new situation as well, and you don't want that again. So I feel like they're giving you the heads up. What you're leaving behind is a situation you were not happy with. You didn't want to do it that way. When you go into the next one, don't backtrack, because whatever it starts out as, if you get all these extra responsibilities, you'll never get rid of them again. So don't even take them on in the beginning. That's what they're saying. So make sure you set it up the way you want it to be, not just the way you feel like you... Don't take care of people just because you feel like you have to. Make them take care of themselves. Force them to take care of themselves. Push on them to remember to do things themselves and to get their own patterns going. Are we good? All right. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Also, the donation information is below if you'd like to see that. Thank you very much, and you have a good day.